Hey viewers, TrainNut 85 here. It's early January, we're into the new year, and I kind of had a few things that I wanted to share with you. You know, what I've learned this past year, about the places I got to see, and yeah, just things in general. And I'm just kind of out walking around here. Still got Christmas lights, you know. Even the train here in Cowan's still lit up. And I'm being followed by a cat. Eesh. So anyways, I kind of learned a lot of different things, you know, getting to see places, you know, how to do the videos. As you kind of see in my last few ones, I didn't do any commentary. And the reason being is I think some of you didn't really care for me commenting, which is alright. I mean, I accept some criticism here and there. But of course, you know, being the silent type. But anyways, so that was one of the things I learned is, you know how to improve the video angles and how to get the recordings right. So I'm just kind of strolling along here, but mainly just, you know, how to do the videos, because, you know, I still watch a lot of Danny Harmon's and Drayton from Delay and Block's videos and how he does it. So, but as far as the commentary, it's just something that I'm not very good at. So you got to kind of expect that. One of the things I liked on this past year of 2022 was the spots I got to see. Making a return trip back to Irondale in the middle of July. I would not recommend it because it was like being out there on a frying pan. Me and a good friend of mine, MB Rails from Instagram, went out there for a weekend. We nearly fried. And luckily decided, well, instead of us doing an overnighter in the car because it was miserable, got us the hotel room. So I was like, oh, okay, you know, give it time to where, you know, I can cool off and all, because the one he got us had a pool in it. So yeah, I took advantage of that. But what's something I know? No, never mind. But anyways, yeah, getting to see some new places. You know, me and Middle Tennessee TrainNut Productions, when we went to the west part of Tennessee to go rail fan on the CN's former Illinois Central Main line that's still active, we actually had the worst luck, and we learned on the fact that line sucks. I'm not kidding. That line just sucks. And I'm gonna get walking along here because usually I gotta keep moving around. But I think, you know, during that time, I called up a buddy of mine who basically said, "Hey, you gotta go to Arkansas. You see more there." Boy, it was right. About a couple months. Actually, no, it was middle of July is when I went to the CN main line. Okay, so October, so let's say, yeah, 3 months after that whole endeavor, we end up in eastern Arkansas, going from Marion to Mammoth Springs on the BNSF Therasub South. There was a lot of neat places to see. I mean, some of the areas were really questionable. The funny fact is that, you know, at the stop in Mark Tree, and you can look at the previous episode of that adventure right there, when we stopped in Mark Tree, we got a good angle, but somebody called the cops on us, and probably saying, you know, oh, we're too close to the main. Somehow we're thinking of doing something drastic. Like, okay, yeah, whatever. But, you know, the cop was pretty chill about it, so I couldn't complain. You know, he understood what we were doing. We told him, well, we're moving along because we're going from spot to spot. So that was a nice little adventure. I wouldn't mind making a return trip back. Marion had a lot of good vantage points, and it's kind of funny in a way there. That's the second Marion I've been to in 2 different states. First one being Marion, Ohio, which is still my favorite spot, and the second being Marion, Arkansas, which has I think it's 2 railroads. You got BNSF being the busier one, and the Union Pacific, which is on the other side. But I wouldn't mind making a trip back there. As far as going through Memphis on the interstate, I mean, I was glad we got through that trip, because me and my buddy Mike decided, no, we are not stopping in Marion. No, not happening. But that was a good highlight. And a month later, we planned a trip to Meridian. Meridian was fun. I could tell you that much. It was fun. Met a lot of good people there. You had some that were just like, yeah, leave me alone, blah, 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 they're going off and doing their own thing. But I got talking to a lot of nice rail fans there, so I had some fun. And there were some friends there I remember from meeting before that showed up. And of course, the only downer on that was it rained, because what was planned was Mike from Middle Tennessee TrainNut Productions was going to go out towards Vicksburg. He was going to report in any eastbounds. I tell him what westbounds are coming. Well, the weather didn't play out right, and he got a little ways there to get a shot of a container train that was going west, and it downpoured the whole time. So he ended up coming back to where I was at the event area, which was a nice little area. And like I said, I met the nicest people on that trip. I don't know what the heck they're honking at. But anyways, I met the nicest people on that trip, and including one guy from Newton, Mississippi, while me and Mike were stopped there. So I got talking, hey, he was another train fan. He remembered the days, the Illinois Central. It was like, oh, cool, this is neat. So he said, oh, yeah, he's going to be at the event. I was like, perfect, I'll see him there. Because maybe he's got something, because he was selling things. Why do I get people staring at me? Especially an electric vehicle. Electric vehicles, I don't know why people even waste money on them. But anyways, now I lost my train of thought. Thank you. Thank you for staring at me, jerkwad. But anyways, he ended up at the show. He had a lot of stuff, and I noticed right away he had scanners for sale. And I'm like, oh, I've been needing one, because the one I had, it busted on me. Actually, I had 2 of them. One, the screen stopped working, and of course an ex-girlfriend threw it out, which I'll never forgive her to this day, because it still worked. And another one got left behind at Cordial, because there was going to be a ton of people around. Oh, I'm not going to need it. And of course, what happened? I left it at the hotel room in Cordial. Well, it was nearing the end of its life. I've had that thing since 2010, so, oh well. Well, lo and behold, he had these scanners, and he was offering $40. I'm like, oh man, that's out of my price range. If I had $40, I would have jumped on it. Well, the guy had a heart of gold and offered me one. Well, there was one in particular. It was just like the one I had with the screen that didn't work. And of course, I still use it to this day. I mean, awesome guy from Newton, Mississippi. If you get a chance, that is a really nice area. If you happen to go there, rail fan, if he comes there in a little pickup truck, real nice guy. His name's Tim. So it's always kind of nice when you live in a town, law enforcement knows you well enough, they know who you are. It's like, this is why I love living here in Cowan. I can't complain. But anyways, that was a nice little adventure. I got a real kick out of it. Mississippi would definitely be worth a place going back to, especially the KCS main line, which I'm hoping KCS does not disappear under Canadian Pacific. I would hate for that to happen. you know, it was such a cool railroad. They had a good mixture of stuff. There was a lot of good angles. The Bridge of Bovino was awesome. I don't know if you guys saw that in that one clip. If you haven't, go to Railfan Weekend in Mississippi Part 1. It'll be the clip right after the Vicksburg part. It's a nice stone arch bridge. I mean, this thing is old. It has to date 1910s, 1920s. It had to replace a much older bridge. But it was one of my favorite shots. And, you know, Mike from MTRP was sitting there mentioning about it. I said, yeah, I happen to see pictures of this. So he looked it up on Google Maps, found it, and sure enough, you know, we got our shot there, and it was an eastbound train with a lot of cars destined for, I think it was Alabama Southern. You know, it was a railroad that they connected with in Artesia. So that was a highlight right there. But anyways, so what I learned out of it is, whenever it's hot, you know, basically frying, you know, like frying an egg on the pan, as I'll put it, it's like, yeah, that's not my favorite time to rail fan. But getting to the lowdown here is, this year is going to be entirely different for me because, and I'm going to kind of share this to just, you know, aware of why I was able to do this for almost 4 years, picking it up in 2019, going through 2020, 2021, and just this recent past year is I had surgery on my back. Back in 2019, they had put me on disability. So that gave me a lot of time to do what I was hoping to accomplish as far as, you know, train watching goes. And needless to say, I got nothing to complain about. I saw a lot of good places. You know, I finally made it back to Iredale. You know, I got to Railfan, you know, the Norfolk Southern East End District, which is a line in eastern Alabama. And like I said, it just, I had nothing to complain. I accomplished an awful lot. Well, this year Social Security decided, well, because my health has improved, they're taking me off, which is all right. I have until the end of February to find me a line of work, so it's a no-brainer. I mean, I've accomplished a lot. I've upgraded my computer to where I've had an easier time, you know, editing photos and videos. I mean, so I don't have really a lot to complain about. I mean, I had a lot of fun times. There's still some places I'll make a return to. It's just this year is going to be entirely different schedule-wise, which, you know, you gotta plan stuff in a better way there, you know. And you know, they made that decision back in December, which is, you know, okay, you know, that's fine, whatever. What is it with people staring at me? But so I'm probably gonna be like Danny Harmon and Drayton, to where I'm only gonna be doing videos once in a while. So, you know, this is an update to let you know what's going on. Things are gonna be a little bit slower this year because I'm having to get the ball rolling again, going back in the rat race. I think I know whose truck that is, so. But okay, I know who that is. But yeah, like I said, I've accomplished a lot, and I got nothing to complain about. So, you know, there are certain events throughout this year I'm planning on going to. Supposedly, actually, let me rephrase that. They got a new camera, a virtual railfan camera up in Decatur. Well, a group of rail fans over in that area are wanting to hold a luau, or as I would call it, you know, madness get together in late April. So I'm hoping by then things are straightened out to where I can make make that appearance there, because, you know, hey, I like going on those events. But as far as, you know, the hot months, no, I won't do as much unless I'm doing it, you know. But anyways, guys, you know, I want to thank you for the support, you know, the subscriptions and all that. And I hope you guys have been enjoying the video so far. As far as a video intro goes for this year, I am still thinking on it. So, you know, expect what's going to happen. So, guys, appreciate it. Let's get this year started. But for me, it's going to be on a slower note. Be patient. And like I said, I'll be getting out some more content to you. So, guys, keep chasing those trains. They're out there. Especially those, you know, special painted units. Hey, you can't go wrong with that. So anyways, guys, from here in lovely Tennessee, where it's cold right now, this is TrainNut 85 signing out for now.